are fine and safe. Let us come to the continuation of chapter Democracy in Independent India and the Working of Political Institution. Now let us come to the continuation of topic Important Development in India Politics after 1967. Let us discuss about emergency. There is a provision in the Indian Constitution for the government to impose a state of emergency if it feels the integrity of the country is in danger from foreign attack. An emergency in an extraordinary situation in which the government can take any steps to maintain law and order in the country. Indira Gandhi government declared an emergency that continued for 21 months from 1975 to 1977 because of internal civil struggle in the history of independent India. The government made promises during the 1971 Lok Sabha and 1972 Vidhan Sabha elections. These lead to mass dissatisfaction among the people. At the same time, students in Bihar and Gujarat for right to remove unpopular MPs and MLAs. This series of development led Indira Gandhi to declare a state of emergency in the country on June 25, 1975. Thousands of opposition leaders were impressed and the government imposed press censorship, prohibiting a newspaper from publishing anything opposed to the government. The common citizens worried about their right to freedom. The bitter experiences of the emergency brought the opposition parties together to form the Janata Dal to contest the 1977 election. But the internal disputes were there in constituent parties. As a result, the Janata Dal could not complete its terms in government, leading to a fresh general election in 1980 in which the Congress party secured a majority and Indira Gandhi once again became Prime Minister. Now let us discuss our next topic, that is rise of regional appreciations and decentralization of power. After 1970, Indian politics led to centralization of powers. The central government was gaining more control to the country's economy. On other hand, Indira Gandhi was strengthening her hold on the Congress party. In this situation, the people in the state were finding it difficult to realize their aspirations. Tension kept building up in Jammu, Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Assam, and other states. Some states challenged the centralization, some movement challenged the unity of the nation. Punjab agitation. The Sikhs who form the majority of Punjab's population were unhappy with the neglect of their community and religion. The Green Revolution had brought prosperity to Sikh cultivators, but they felt that they could not progress without political power. They launched a movement under the leadership of the Shiromani Akali Dal, a religious and political organization of the community. The agitation had the following main demand: the constitution should be amended to give more power to the state. Chandigarh should be handed over to Punjab. Punjab should get a large share of water from the Bhakra Nangal Dam. The Akali Dal passed the Anandpur Sahib resolution in 1973 to press the demands of the Sikh. Around this time, the Sikh religious leader and preachers Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale began fighting for the Sikh cause, launching more militant protests against the government. But in June 1984, the Indira Gandhi government decided to use armed force to break Brindawalas hold over the Golden Temple. More than 500 people were killed in these operations. It led to the death of Indira Gandhi by one of her Sikh bodyguard. Rajiv Gandhi became Prime Minister in October 1984 after Indira Gandhi's death. Rajiv Gandhi entered into an agreement with the Akali Dal in July 1985 to re-establish peace in Punjab, called the Rajiv Gandhi Logowal Accord. It promised to review the Alkali demand, including giving Chandigarh to Punjab. Elections were held in Punjab and Akali Dal won to form the government. Uh, mm, Now let us discuss about the Assam movement. The Assamese people felt that the resources of their state were being exploited by the people from other states, and they were treated as a second class citizen in their own state. The tea gardens of Assam were controlled by companies from Calcutta. The petroleum from the Assam oil field was also going to refineries in other states for processing. As a result, people in Assam had less employment opportunities. Another point of conflict was a language. Instead of Bengali is a prominent language in the state during British rule. Bengali speaking people were recruited in a large number in the government. Bengali speaking government employees treated Assami as a second class citizen. In 1975, under the leadership of All Assam Students Union, organized a band to protest against foreigners settled in the state. Its main demand were to give preference to local people, employment, and use the resources. Under the term of the agreement, all migrants who had settled in the state before 1961 were granted citizenship. The country faced many similar movements representing regional demand in the formation of new states. Mizoram, Uttarakhand, Telangana, and Chhattisgarh are the result of such regional aspirations. Now we discuss about the Panchayati Raj and the decentralization of state power. Rajiv Gandhi felt that the government schemes were not benefiting the poor. He claimed that only 15 paisa out of every rupee spent by the government for the poor was reaching them. He believed that decentralization of the power was the solution to the problem. The constitution was amended in 1986 to allow decentralization of power through the Panchayati Raj Act. This act gave power to the panchayats to plan and implement scheme for village development. It also gave the poor and women in a particular the opportunity to participate in government at a local level. Now let us discuss about politics of regionalism, communalism, regions, and coalition governments. During this period, many parties were formed across the country. Dalits and middle level farming communities like the Jats formed their own political organization. Many communities improved their economic conditions but were still backward in education and politics. They began to demand a reservation in education and employment. Vishwanath Pratap Singh decided to reserve 27% of all posts in education institution for OBC people. India moved towards a multi-party system. The first few years of multi-party politics were marked by unstable coalitions, but over the past 15 years, the country had been relatively stable coalition government in office. Thank you, my dear children. We have completed this chapter. Hope you all understood the chapter. Stay safe, stay home.